The future of business is AI, or is it? Everyone from your board members to your LinkedIn feed is telling you that AI is the future of your business, that it's the key to unlocking efficiency, innovation, and a competitive edge that will leave your rivals in the dust. And they aren't entirely wrong. The opportunities are massive. Companies that get it right are already reaping huge rewards, with some reporting hundreds of millions in savings from AI-driven efficiencies. But here's the uncomfortable truth no one's talking about. A shocking number of companies are just wasting money on AI. Recent studies reveal a pretty sobering reality. According to S&P Global Market Intelligence, 42% of companies abandoned most of their AI initiatives in 2025, a massive jump from just 17% the year before. Depending on how you measure it, some studies suggest that anywhere from 70% to 85% of AI projects fail to deliver real value. Companies are pouring millions into pilot projects that go nowhere, caught in a hype cycle that promises gold but often delivers a pile of expensive, useless code. In this video, we're not just going to talk about the opportunity of AI. We're going to expose the critical reasons so many businesses are failing, and I'll give you a clear framework to make sure you're in the small percentage that actually succeeds. The AI gold rush hype versus reality. Let's be clear, the promise of AI isn't just hype, it's transforming industries right now. The opportunities are real and can be grouped into a few key areas. First, there's a massive boost in efficiency and productivity. AI is amazing at automating routine, repetitive tasks, freeing up your best people for higher value work that needs a human touch. This isn't just about cutting costs, it's about accelerating your entire operation. In fact, one study found employees using generative AI for routine tasks save an average of 1 hour a day. Second, AI is revolutionizing the customer experience. It allows for hyper-personalization at a scale that was impossible before, using AI-powered chatbots for instant support and analyzing behavior to anticipate customer needs. And third, it's a powerful engine for innovation. AI can uncover insights from your data to create entirely new products and business models. We are talking about everything from AI-driven analytics to autonomous systems that redefine what's possible. Companies like Salesforce and Renault are already saving hundreds of millions annually by optimizing everything from engineering to maintenance. But if the upside is so high, why are so many companies failing? It's because they fall into predictable and avoidable traps. And strangely enough, recent data from the US Census Bureau shows that AI adoption among large companies has actually started to decline for the first time, likely because the promised ROI just isn't showing up for many. The sobering truth: why most AI projects fail. The road to AI success is littered with failed projects. After working with multiple companies and looking at the data, the reasons for this high failure rate become painfully clear. They almost always boil down to a few critical mistakes. Number one, the shiny object syndrome. This is probably the biggest killer of AI initiatives. A leader hears about the latest model and suddenly the mandate is to do AI. They chase the tech without a clear business problem to solve. Decision makers who chase every new AI trend are far more likely to have projects fail. This leads to expensive proof of concepts that work in a lab but have no path to production because nobody asks the most important question first. What specific business problem are we solving and how will we measure success? Without a clear return on investment, these projects are doomed to stall in pilot purgatory. Number two, the data crisis, or garbage in, garbage out. This is an old saying in tech, but it's never been more true. AI models are only as good as the data they're trained on. many organizations try to build intelligent systems on top of a weak foundation of fragmented, incomplete, or biased data. In fact, data quality and readiness is cited as a top obstacle to AI success. If your data is a mess, your AI will be a mess. It will produce unreliable outputs, perpetuate biases, and ultimately destroy any trust your teams have in the technology. Number 3, the ghost in the machine. This is the nightmare of integration. Many businesses try to bolt advanced AI systems onto legacy IT infrastructure that just wasn't built for it. These old systems create compatibility issues, making it nearly impossible to scale AI across the company without modernizing the underlying tech stack. Often by moving to cloud-based platforms, AI projects face constant delays and inefficiencies. The shiniest AI model in the world is useless if it can't talk to the rest of your systems. Number 4, the human element. You can have the best tech and the cleanest data, but if your people aren't on board, your AI strategy will fail. This challenge is twofold. First, there's a major shortage of skilled AI professionals. Second, and often harder, is cultural resistance. Employees may fear that AI is coming for their jobs, leading to pushback and a failure to adopt the new tools. Leadership often fails to communicate a clear vision for how AI will augment their teams, not just replace them. Number 5, navigating the maze of risk and regulation. Finally, many projects get derailed by privacy, security, and compliance issues. AI systems need vast amounts of data, and if that includes sensitive customer information, the risks are huge. Companies often dive into development without involving their legal and compliance teams from the start. They then find themselves facing major regulatory hurdles with laws like GDPR, or worse, dealing with the fallout of a data breach, which can cause devastating financial and reputational damage. Do any of these sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. The good news is that each of these failure points has a corresponding strategy for success. The playbook for success, 5 keys to getting it right. So, how do you join the minority of companies that actually get a massive return from their AI investments? You don't need to be a tech giant, but you do need to be disciplined. The successful ones follow a clear playbook. First, start with why, not what. Instead of chasing technology, successful leaders start by identifying high-value business problems. They ask, where is the friction in our operations? Or, what's the biggest pain point for our customers? They align every AI initiative with a key performance indicator and build a solid business case before a single line of code is written. A pro tip: start with small, quick wins to build momentum and prove value, which makes it much easier to get buy-in for bigger projects. Second, fix the data plumbing first. Winning programs treat data as the foundation it is. They invest heavily in their data infrastructure, breaking down silos and establishing strong data governance. This means cleaning, organizing, and ensuring the quality of your data before you even think about building complex models. It's not the glamorous part of AI, but it is the most critical. Third, build a culture of augmentation, not replacement. The smartest companies know that the goal of AI should be to empower their people, not replace them. They invest in upskilling and reskilling their workforce, giving them the training and tools they need to work with AI. Executive leadership has to champion this vision, clearly communicating how AI will handle repetitive work so employees can focus on strategic thinking, creativity, and complex problem solving, things humans still do best. Fourth, modernize and integrate smartly. You can't put a Formula One engine in a 20-year-old car and expect it to perform. Successful organizations assess their IT infrastructure and modernize it to support AI, often by adopting scalable and flexible cloud-based platforms. This doesn't mean ripping and replacing everything at once. It means creating a strategic roadmap for modernization and using the right tools to bridge the gaps between new AI and older systems. Fifth, practice responsible AI from day one. To avoid the regulatory maze, leading companies embed privacy, security, and ethics into their AI development process from the very beginning. They involve legal, privacy, and compliance teams at the start of the project, not as an afterthought. They use techniques like data anonymization and encryption to protect sensitive information. This isn't about slowing down innovation, it's about building sustainable, trustworthy AI that won't create legal or ethical headaches down the road. The journey to successful AI adoption is complex, but it's not impossible if you have the right framework and tools. Before you can leverage complex AI, you need to master the fundamentals, and that means having your core business processes streamlined. This is where an all-in-one platform like System.io can be a game changer for many businesses. It consolidates essential tools for things like building sales funnels, managing email marketing, and automating your operations all in one place. By getting that foundational plumbing right, you create the solid operational base needed to support future innovation. It helps you save time and money that can be invested back into growing your business. If you want to see how tools like this can help you build that solid foundation, I'll leave a link below. And for more breakdowns on business and technology, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The future of business is AI, but not in the way the hype cycle suggests. It's not about scattered, flashy pilot projects. It's about deeply embedding intelligence into the core of your operations. The companies that will dominate the next decade are not the ones who simply buy into the hype, but the ones who master the unglamorous foundational work of strategy, data, culture, and governance. Looking ahead, we're seeing the rise of trends like AI agent workforces and systems that can interact with the physical world, which will only accelerate this divide. AI is rapidly becoming a utility as fundamental as electricity. The organizations that figure out how to harness it responsibly and strategically today will be the undisputed leaders of tomorrow. The question is, will you be one of them?